Okay, so we just went over a set of escalating consequences, and now I am coaching the guardians through claiming their personal space. So Gizmo is just used to getting right up in people's business and climbing up on. I'm guessing Sam kind of does the same thing, but probably not as defiantly as Gizmo is. So Gizmo is going to keep on trying and probing until he thinks that you are serious and that you're not going to give up. Most people, one of the problems that they run into with their dogs is they're not consistent. Sometimes they correct, sometimes they don't. So you had to correct about this is probably about 6 times. Now take one step backwards and don't turn your hips first. So when you take a step back, put your second foot towards him so your feet are together. There you go. That's a stronger position. See how his ears kind of shifted back a little bit? Now, hold on, wait a sec. He was about to LAY or move away. So he went into his kennel instead. And he laid down. So he was probing over and over, trying to get right up in your personal space because he's used to it. And we only introduced this a minute or two ago, so this is hard for him. But that was really a good response. He moved over to his kennel on his own. So again, there's nothing wrong with the dog being in that position between your legs if you invite them in. But when the dog takes that space on their own repetitively, and then they lean on you, and then they climb on you, and they paw on you, all these things contribute to the dog thinking, I can tell the humans what to do, because when I tell them what to do, they do it. That's why petting with a purpose is so valuable, because we make them earn their reward, and the currency becomes obedience. In this case, we're using the negative consequence, or not a negative, but a consequence. Now, one thing I would do is when he went into his kennel, does he have a word for his kennel?
Yep, kennel.
Just kennel. So as soon as he went in there, I would have said kennel and maybe gone over there. In that case, we had to correct him multiple times, so I wouldn't have rewarded him, but I would have said the word kennel. But if you do correct the dog, I always like to look for a way that we can incorporate positive reinforcement. Mm-hmm. So if you march the dog away and then he sits down, then I reach over and pet him and say sit. So now I'm saying, I don't want you to do this, but when you do this, this is what gets my attention. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right.